Hi, Bobby. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So let's talk about collage first. You said you've been doing it most of your life.
Yeah. Well, the first time I ever got a camera, it was like when you remember those like ones that printed out the tiny little strips and you pulled them out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember being like probably like 12 or 11 probably when I started, and I would try to cut up these Polaroids not knowing that there was poison inside of them. And I remember my mom was like, came in and saw me doing it, and I was just like making a little collage, and she's like, Bobby, you need to stop. Go wash your hands immediately.
What kind of made you decide that that was your art, like the form of expression that you wanted?
See, the thing is, like, I didn't really even think of collage as art for so long because of like, there's this whole kind of woman's work idea of collage in general being like scrapbooking or something, or kind of like pulling from other people's art, but I really do feel like it's like some sense of curation.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always kind of doing it to warm up with my other art stuff because I had been doing installation art with collage, and then also other stuff like with collage implemented in it, but not just collage only. So eventually I was just like, you know what, this is what I love and it's what I want to do, and I can't stop doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's got to tell me that it's not arty enough for them.
Right. And throughout your life and as you've grown in your art form, your gender identity has transformed as well.
Yeah, that's true.
How did you express that?
I came out as a trans man about 4 years ago, and it really kind of coincided with me coming out as a collage artist too, which is kind of funny. And I think like a lot of it does have to do with like curation of self, curation of body, like this idea of cutting up and putting together like myself and then also my art. Mm-hmm. Which sounds kind of morbid, but it felt really good. It felt really good to just like come out as both at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you've kind of maintained that style, that like selection of elements that are seemingly unrelated coming together to present some cohesive point.
Mm-hmm.
How did you do that with Bethel?
Well, Bethel started for me as a book, actually, which is kind of funny because I always thought I was going to be a writer. So I was writing all the time, and then Bethel just wasn't coming together for me, and I had put it aside. And then back in 2014, I ended up being the victim of a hate crime, and I lost some of my memories. And I went back to Bethel and was reading them to kind of like help myself reiterate myself with myself, mm-hmm. and like who I was. And it brought back all these memories, and then like you never know if your memories are real or not. And like it's even more so when you have brain damage. Like what is something that I made up and what isn't something that I made up? So with Bethel, it's like me taking these memories that I got back from these stories, these short stories that I wrote about my childhood, and kind of like turning it into a film so I can recreate these memories by sight. Mm-hmm. Because like reading it just didn't feel like enough. I had to like recapture and relive these moments because they felt lost to me.
Mm-hmm. So in the film we see you like eating that green pasta and like, you know, shedding the hard-boiled eggs. Like what does that mean?
See, the thing is, you would think that these are like really abstract ideas, or like I'm making some sort of like vague statement, but it's actually like real memories that I have. My sister made green spaghetti for me one time when she was babysitting me when I was a kid, because I grew up in the mountains, and she's babysitting me with her boyfriend at the time, and they had given me this green spaghetti, and then I found a pellet, like a bullet pellet in my spaghetti, and I found out they hid squirrel meat in it.
Oh, wow.
So like that was one of the memories that came back when I was reading Bethel. And then also with the eggs, it's just like little small memories, like things that you don't think would really stick with you, but like remembering like what it looked like to shell eggs for my mother, or watching my mother shell eggs, and remembering when she's like proud that I did it the right way, or stuff like that. Just like really small memories that like are really important to who you are, but you don't really think of them that way.
So this video that we just saw, it's the first of 3 parts. Are you exploring different ideas in each part?
I definitely am. A lot of it does have to do with my childhood, and I really just wanted to, so you know how the way your brain works is you remember one memory and that makes you think of another one, which makes you think of another one. Mm-hmm. And it really is kind of like a road or a chain. Yeah. So these are all 3 different thoughts it's going to be 4 altogether, but like 4 different thoughts that all lead to a chain of other thoughts, and that's how I'm like developing the films. Like, what memories did the wood scene make me remember? It made me remember about the squirrels and about shelling eggs with my mom outside in the summertime because it was a nice day and we didn't want to be in the kitchen. Just stuff like that. And I really wanted to like have people experience those memories with me because I like to feel understood.
So the next 2 parts are coming out when then?
You should be looking for it in 2018 and 19.
Okay. So like this month?
Oh yeah, no, not this
next
month,
year.
But yeah, next year.
Next year, cool.
Sneaking up on me.
No, but you can catch Bobby's film again tomorrow at the Wexner.
Yeah, at the Wexner. Oh, not at the Wexner. I'm so sorry.
Gateway.
At the Gateway Film Center. Yeah, at 4:30. With a whole bunch of other short films from people around this city, so that's super exciting.
Yeah, and if you want to keep up with him, you can follow him on his Instagram. It's the Boy Luck Club.
Yeah, Boy Luck Club.
And so this has been See You Live. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time. December 14th is our next installment. Thanks for joining.
Bye.